Greetings to all. A warm welcome to all of you, my dear sisters and brothers. But you know that all are welcome to a new session of our meditations, Teresa of Avila. We talked about blurry vision. We talked about that there is a dwelling place. And now let's talk about the shining sun. This is your Pastor Jetty. It should be in mind here that the shining sun that is in the center of the soul, does not lose its beauty and splendor. It is always present in the soul, and nothing can take away its loveliness. But if a black cloth is placed over a crystal that is in the sun, obviously the sun's brilliance will have no effect on the crystal, even though the sun is shining on it. Teresa was shown the brilliance of the castle, how a sun was shining in the center, its light spreading to all rooms. But she also saw that the other rooms of the castle had little light in that further away they were from the center. The darker they became, she was aware that although the light continued to shine, it was as if the soul was unable to enjoy a partake of its great brilliance and beauty. How sad, she said, for a soul to be separated from the light. How disturbed the senses became when deprived of their life-giving source. In what ways do we separate ourselves from the shining sun? One of the most common ways to dull this inner sun, it's a big difference, is by failing to give love. And when we are not giving love, it is usually because we are too absorbed in our own needs. It is not only others who may be hurt by our inattentiveness or lack of actions. We are also hurt when we fail to connect with the light of God. This disconnection, wrote Teresa, can occur in many, many ways. We can become too engrossed in our work. We can become filled with self-importance, or we can simply become overly absorbed with our own needs and wants. In failing to connect with God's light, we come to notice how we then fail to relate with others. The black cloud becomes draped over our castle, blocking the light from penetrating through to our relationships. When the light is blocked, love is unable to flow. By concentrating too much on the light, too much concentrated on our work, we barely have time for those we are closest to us. Let alone new our work, we barely have time for those. Let alone new relationships that may be waiting to evolve. In failing to acknowledge the divine in our life and seeing ourselves as the main protagonist, we may fall into arrogance, which can be as strange as from colleagues and friends. And by becoming absorbed with our own needs and wants, we do need to see the needs of others. Sometimes drastic measures are needed before the black cloth can be removed, such as, a divorce or being fired from your job, and so many other circumstances that can bring a black cloth over the light, over the shining sun. However, by taking responsibilities for the removal of our own cloth, We can invoke gentle responses and changes in our lives without the necessity for shocking disruptions. We can do this by developing a connection or reconnection to the divine. It is a constant process that we can lovingly and willingly enter. Many may feel like too much effort is required, that the task is just too difficult. Yet, Teresa believed that we spend too much time trying to achieve things ourselves, when God can bring things to fulfillment in a moment, if we only choose to ask. Do we wish to allow the shining sun to penetrate through in all our rooms, or do we secretly nurture some of the darker ones? Let us pray for the illusion of darkness to be shed and for the eternal light to shine from deep within our souls, nurturing us and those we meet in our journey. My dear ones, ask for the great love to shine all the way through, deep in your soul, and breathe and rest in that love. May God bless you. May God keep you from all harm. May He be with you in the journey you go. Blessings. This is your Pastor Jetty. Bye.